The research they found is that once your blood pressure reaches a certain point in an argument, you cannot solve the problem. Doesn't happen. The only way to get to that is for you to find a way to calm yourself down enough to get there. And stonewallers think they're doing that, but they're not. Because when they stonewall, they end the conversation. They don't pause it. And if you could find a way to pause, you could find a way to get that thing going again, and you could actually come to a solution. Now, these three, if you allow them in your relationship for long periods of time, and they repeat over and over and over and over again, they'll lead to the fourth. And the fourth one that I'm going to talk about is a relationship killer. In fact, if I talk about this a little bit and you identify that that's going on inside a relationship that you have, you should seek help immediately, because it doesn't take long for this one to end relationships. Write this down. It's the word contempt. Contempt. It's not that you just don't feel like you're in love anymore. You don't even like them. Everything they do annoys you. You think negatively in your mind about them all the time. You make public insults of them. Your joking is mean and crass, and you say it to be funny, but you also want to twist the knife just a little so that they get it, that you're not happy with them. And you have this feeling of discontent, like, I don't know why I ever connected up with this person in the first place. Contempt generally has a short window. Once that starts, it will end a relationship in as little as 6 months. Now, the only way to beat contempt, because it is so negatively driven in your mind, is for you to choose to think positively about character traits and things that you love about that other person purposefully. And you'll have to do that for 3 months. Honestly, it's such a bad place to be in. You're going to have to do a lot of hard work to get out of it. But you have to think positively about them for a long period of time. But I'm telling you right now, if you're not careful, you don't want to go there. Nobody wants to show up at contempt. But if you allow enough criticism, defensiveness, and stonewalling in your relationship, you'll get there. You'll get there. In fact, let me just pull this forward again. I want you to think about the foundation that we know the scriptures say this is what it takes to have a great relationship. And let me just ask you, if you bring criticism into the relationship, is that helping love? Does that support respect? Is that serving somebody? I've heard people say, oh no, it is serving them. I'm trying to help them be better. The way you delivered it is not. The way you delivered it is a personal attack where you're trying to place blame. Criticism chips away at the very foundation that God had in mind for your relationships. What about defensiveness? Is that you serving them when that happens? Do they feel respected when that's going on? Love? Is any of that happening? What about stonewalling? I know for a fact that when I stonewalled in my relationship with my wife and didn't care to change it, that she felt like I did not respect her at all and that she wondered if I even loved her. That's what these things do. Contempt, are you kidding? Love, you don't even like the person. Respect, you can't even find anything to think positively of them about. You're not looking to serve and help them become the person they were meant to be. All of that's gone. All of that gets wiped out. And this is the kind of stuff that happens for so many people. In fact, the research would tell you that it's not the big things that ends the relationship.